Life's little moments don't wait. And now, neither do you. Prime Air gets you exactly what you want at ultra-fast speeds. Running low on batteries? Can't find your headphones right before a long flight? Or maybe you just want your stuff right now. Choose from tens of thousands of items delivered at lightning-fast speeds. It's simple. Visit Amazon.com/shop ultra-fast to find eligible items and select drone delivery at checkout. We'll get it there ASAP. Prime Air, because time is the luxury you deserve.
Hi everyone, Bob Camarillo for the Radio Nostalgia Network, and with a great tip for your business. Getting to and from meetings can be a real waste of time and money. Driving 2 hours for a 1 hour meeting, flying to headquarters for a half-day training session. Now you can save time and money by meeting online with GoToMeeting. With GoToMeeting, you invite people to meet you online. During your call, they see your computer screen on their monitor. You can meet as long as you want, as often as you need, and for one flat rate. Try GoToMeeting free for 45 days. No credit cards required. Just visit GoToMeeting.com and type in the promo code podcast. That's GoToMeeting.com. And remember, by supporting our sponsor, GoToMeeting.com, you support the Radio Nostalgia Network, where the oldies are still young.
Let's have another cup of Lipton tea.
Lipton Tea and Lipton Soup present Arthur Godfrey and his Talent Scouts.
Here comes Arthur Godfrey, your Talent Scout MC. Brought to you by Lipton's Crisco Lipton Tea. You know it's Lipton Tea if it's B-R-I-S-K. You know it's Arthur Godfrey when you hear them play.
Thank you. Thank you, George Bryan, Peggy Marshall and the Holidays, Archie Blyer and the orchestra, and a special welcome to you folk who are kind enough to come to the studio tonight to help us pick a winner. Greetings to you one and all, and I'm very happy to announce that I have found the solution to New York's water shortage. I really have. All you got to do is take that traffic cop who has spent the last 2 days in the middle of Times Square and wring him out. Oh, I passed that poor guy yesterday, and was he dripping. Gee. Free tickets to you, honey. Come every week. That little gal down there in the 10th row is really enthused tonight. Of course, we had a little rain in Virginia, but not as much as you had here. It rained a little bit. We had to stay indoors and watch television. You ever do that? I saw a boxing match on television on Friday night. A couple of bruisers beat each other to pieces, for almost an hour. And then when the bout was over, they fling their arms around each other, Big bear hugs. They almost kiss. I don't know, looked like a couple of old friends who were just slow to recognize each other. You see some mighty peculiar stuff on television these days. I don't know. They even got some guy now that's giving ukulele lessons. It sure beats me what some people will do for $1, Television is different in Virginia than it is in New York, though. See, in New York, for example, if something goes wrong, you get snow on the screen. In Virginia, you get ham and gravy, Well, I didn't like that one either, but let's get to the Talent Scout show, shall we? Our first Talent Scout tonight is... Oh, wait a minute. Let me find out this lady's name. How do you do?
How do you do?
Hold on. Paul, you always do that. Did that hurt your knee?
Not a bit,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you. Do you mind if I call you Arthur?
No, what's your name?
Jean.
Jean. Hello,
Jean
Jean.
Jansen.
Jean Jansen, huh?
Uh-huh.
You been swayed? Huh?
I suppose so.
Oh, that's wonderful. You have a lovely Nordic face. You married?
No.
You're not. That's a shame I am. Where do do you come from originally?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's anybody here from Louisville?
Looks like it.
Do you know the Veep?
The Veep? Uh-huh.
Do you?
Well, not personally.
Oh, don't you? Oh, he's such a nice guy. You should know him.
Well, I wish I did.
He pulled a very funny thing the other night. He was making a speech in Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
And during the speech, it was a 2-hour thing. Somebody handed him a glass of water, and he laughed and smiled and said, "Thank you, I'm from Kentucky, sir." See, when he wants Lipton tea, he wants Lipton tea, you know?
Yeah.
Who did you bring us, Gene?
Well, I brought Joanne O'Connell, a 20-year-old soprano from Berkeley, California.
Ah,
I think she's great.
good. What's your background?
Well, she sang 2 years with the San Francisco Opera Company in the chorus, and she debuted as Olympia in The Tales of Hoffman. And then, when she was 17 years old also, she sang with the Oakland Symphony Orchestra as soloist. And while she was singing with San Francisco, the wife of the late Dr. Frederick Loomis took quite an interest in her and brought her to New York to study under Frida Hempel, the famous opera singer. Incidentally, Frida Hempel is in the audience tonight.
Oh, fine. Where is she? Where's Frida?
She's
Well,
there.
I'm very
somewhere.
happy to say welcome to her anyhow. I guess
Also-
she'd rather sit back and listen. Also what?
Also, one other thing. She won a scholarship to the Institute of Music and Arts in San Francisco.
Sure. Now, let's
So
see
she has
what the
quite a
gal
little
can do
background.
here
I
for
think
us,
she's
huh?
good. Uh-huh.
In the Lipton Theater tonight with Archie Blyer and the symphony behind him. Huh? All right, Joanne O'Connell. Thank you, Miss
Thank
Ann.
you.
Sempre il libera del Dio poi di gioia in gioia, o che scorre il viver mio, pie sentieri del placer, das che il giorno muoia, sempre gli danni ritrovi. Ad il neve sempre nuovi di volar, il mio pensiero di volar, il mio pensiero il pensiero di volar, di
That was Joanne O'Connell. Joanne O'Connell. The folks who listen to this show on the pure old-fashioned radio missed a lovely gown, didn't they? Huh? These evening gowns with the low-cut backs. The trouble with them is when a man puts his arm around a girl, it's like patting a bald-headed man on the head. You know? I got it. Thank you. I like that one myself. I have a nice letter from Bill Bloxam. Do you remember Bill Bloxam? Well, he was the winner on this show about last November, I guess, because that's what he says in the letter here. He says, "Dear Mr. G, last November I was a winner on your Talent Scout program singing Younger Than Springtime from South Pacific. This led to an audition with Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. I know you'll be pleased to hear that I'm a member of the Road Company, which opens in Cleveland on the 24th. That's tonight, isn't it? Good for him. I will have a chance to understudy and wishfully hope it leads to a leading role. Thanks to you and your wonderful group, this may be the break I need. Regards to all the gang from Bill Bloxham. It doesn't have to. Now, who knows, maybe somebody you pick tonight will get a similar break. Wait a minute, there's a sponsor involved here. The darndest things what they put in envelopes anymore. Soup, dessert. This new dessert thing here, have you tried it yet? Lipton Frosty Dessert Mix? Huh? Isn't it good? By George, I swear it's delightful. You want a dessert that really puts a sparkle in your eye and has a sort of a homemade flavor to it because you really make it yourself, you know. It's a very hard, very involved, complicated process. What you do with this is add milk and freeze it. Good, fresh, homemade taste, because that's what you do. This has got some kind of gook in here. Let's see. You know, it looks kind of like a little bit like powdered sugar. See? That's all that is. And you mix it with milk, put it in the refrigerator, and freeze it. Come up with a very fine dessert. And one package makes 5 or 6 helpings, depending on how many are on a diet in your house. Now let's meet our next talent scout, huh? Oh boy, we got lots of lovely gals tonight. Hello there. You're Virginia Farrell, aren't you?
That's right, sir.
Miss Farrell, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a secretary up at Thompson Motors in Stamford.
Thompson Motors in Stamford. What cars do they sell?
Pontiac.
Pontiac. Good.
You have a Pontiac?
Oh, sure. I got 2 of them down home.
2?
Yeah, one of them belongs to the finance company, and the other one...
As I am.
The other one, me and the bank have a note on, you know. Oh, it's wonderful, you know, that lovely farm of mine in Virginia. Just the 2 of us, me and the Loudoun County Bank. But tell me, what's your job there? You're a secretary?
That's right.
To the big boss?
Everybody.
To everybody?
That's right.
Oh, you do everybody's work, huh? Well, who'd you find for us? Somebody in Stamford?
That's right, sir.
Good. Who was it?
Kenneth Smith.
Who?
Kenneth Smith.
Kenneth Smith, huh? Kenneth Smith. Gee, if you lift, you'd have a terrible time with that, wouldn't you? Kenneth Smith. What? Do that again. I like that. She gave me the knee then. I like that. That's what Mug does to me. You know, Mug usually sits and works here by me, and if I'm not doing something right, she keeps giving me this. And I sort of like it. Tell me about Kenneth Smith now. What does he do?
Well, I first heard him at the Second Congregational Church in Greenwich.
Great.
I was introduced to him, and then since then we've become friends. And we're friends.
And you're friends. Isn't doing any better than that yet?
He's married.
Oh, he's married. Oh, gee whiz. Doggone it, so am I. Tell me, well, you didn't tell me yet what he does. You just said you heard him in church. What's he do, preach?
No.
Oh, he's a singer?
Yeah.
A baritone, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. And what kind of a baritone? A high one or a bass?
No, he's a bass baritone.
Say, you don't see many of them. And what's he going to sing for us tonight?
If I Loved You from Carousel.
Oh, wonderful. If I Loved You from Carousel. Kenneth Smith, thank you very much, Miss Farrell. You're a lot of fun.
I
was Kenneth Smith. Kenneth Smith. I can't say it myself. Kenneth Smitty. Earl Wilson had the cutest thing in his column here today. Hal Block asked a radio actor, he says, "When are you on the air?" And the actor said, "Right after Godfrey." And Block says, "Be more explicit." Our next talent scout, Mrs. Elizabeth Rhodes. Hello there. How do you do? That's better, Paul. Thank you very much. Didn't trip you up. You did all right. Mrs. Rhodes, who's your hubby?
Mr. Rhodes.
Yes, that's an old American custom. But what's he do?
He's a pilot for Pan American Airways.
A pilot on Pan American?
Yes.
Oh, fine. What's his run now?
To Puerto Rico.
To Puerto Rico and back, huh? Yes. How long has he been with Pan American?
About 7 years now.
7 years, huh? Did they call him Dusty?
Yes.
That's right. Everybody named Rhodes is named Dusty Rhodes. We used to have several officers in the Navy named Rhodes. Wherever you went, it was always Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes. Never Muddy or anything like that. Foggy, huh? Tell me, do you have any little roads? Little alleys? 3 little steps, huh? Oh, fine. Are you all boys?
No, a boy and 2 girls.
Boy and 2 girls. Oh,
They're watching tonight.
They're watching tonight?
Yes.
Just look over there and let them see you.
My little girl doesn't know how I can get into that television box.
She hasn't figured that out, huh? Especially with me with you. Can you tell me something now? You've been married some time. What is it that makes a man's nose itch?
Maybe you have a cold.
No. But all day long, I've been doing this all day. Why is that?
I've heard it's because you're going to kiss a fool.
Because I'm going to kiss a fool. Let's get into the talent here. Who did you bring us, Mrs. Rhodes?
I brought a flutist named Ruth Freeman. She's won several scholarships, among them a scholarship to Juilliard Graduate School. She was a soloist and goes on tour with the Salcedo Concert Ensemble through the United States, Canada, and Cuba. She gave a town hall recital and played at Radio City Music Hall for 3 years. And she's played with the Chautauqua Symphony and the New York Symphony, the Cleveland Women's Symphony, and she's played under Stokowski in the Brooklyn Symphony under Sir Thomas Beecham. And she's done both radio and TV and recording.
Say, this gal's got a real background, hasn't she? A flutist. We've never had a flutist on the show before, have we, Archie? And it's about time we did. Good. Thank you very much, Mrs. Rhodes. My compliments to your husband and your 3 lovely children. And thanks a lot for bringing us Ruth Freeman. Freeman, Ruth Freeman. She sure can play that thing, too, can't she? We got a letter from RKO Palace Theater, New York. Herbert Bonus, the manager at the Palace. He says, Dear Mr. G, even vaudeville performers like Lipton Tea. I found that out. It's a backstage headliner at the Palace almost every afternoon. Drop over and have some. That's the time of day to... Where are you? That's the time of day to have it. You never know what they're going to do to you next around here. Benjamin Mark sends a letter. It says, Dear Mr. G, while listening to your Lipton's Tea Talent Scout show this evening, I thought you really missed the boat for the Jewish Passover holidays. You should have also announced that Lipton Tea is kosher for Passover in order to stimulate sales for the holiday. Is that so? Well, I'll be doggone. I didn't know that. Is the Passover on now? Well, I'm very glad to know that it is. I hope that it's kosher every day. It's very good tea, you know? Well, let's meet our next talent scout, Miss Gloria Green. Hello there. How are you? Where do you come from?
I was born in Chicago, and I've lived in New York for 9 years.
Born in Chicago, live in New York for 9 years, huh? What do you do for a living?
Well, I owned a beauty salon for 4 years, and I've sold it, and I'm going to study singing.
And you're doing that what now?
I'm studying singing.
Studying singing? Oh, good for you. Where?
At Girard School.
Girard School, huh? You want to get into show business, do you?
Try.
Well, that's good. If you can sing as good as you look, you ought to go very far, my dear. Well, who'd you bring for us?
Well, I brought the Coleman Brothers, the vocal quartet headed by Landa Coleman, and they've worked around Cafe Society. That's where I first met them. In the Bowery Club in Detroit, and you see Palomar.
Is this the gang they call the Millionaires?
Yes.
That's the one,
That's
huh?
the one.
Well, they made some Decca records, didn't they?
Decca, Arco, and they made Coleman records. They did radio work.
Oh, fine. I'm very glad you brought them to us, Miss Green. Thanks very much. Let's have them in the Lipton spotlight, the Coleman Brothers.
Just picked a battle around Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just picked a battle around Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Just picked a battle around Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just picked a battle around Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Well, now gather around me, children, and listen to my song. I'm going to tell you a story of Joshua, and it ain't going to take me long. You can talk about your king of Gideon, you can talk about your prince of Saul, but it's not like good old Joshua at the battle of Jericho. Break up and just pick the battle around Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just pick the battle around Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Just pick the battle around Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just pick the battle around Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Well, up to the walls of Jericho, they march with spear in hand. You go blow the trumpet, Joshua cried, for the battle I'm in my hand. Well, the lamb around sheep, a horn begin to blow, trumpets begin to sound. Then old Joshua shouted, glory! And the walls come tumbling down. Pick up and just pick the battle around Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just pick the battle around Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Now just pick the battle around Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Oh, just pick the battle around Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just pick the battle around Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Just pick the battle around Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just pick the battle around Jericho, and the walls come tumbling.
Hold it, boys. Wait a minute. I see a crack up there in that wall. Look like the wall's going to fall down.
Those were the Coleman Brothers. Now, before we get to the reprises when we're going to ask you to vote, I want to read a letter to you I got from Father Albert J. Nevins of the Maryknoll Fathers, Maryknoll, New York, Central Administration and Major Seminary. It says, Dear Arthur, many thanks for telling our little story the other morning about what God has joined together, let no man pull asunder. You remember that story I told the other day? With a cutie pie. And he says, the father says, glad that you were able to use it. If there's no objection from your end, we'd like to send you such items when they come into us. There certainly is no objection, Father. Please keep sending them. For instance, he says, here's a hint for the Lipton people on how they can improve their chicken noodle soup. This bit of information comes from one of our missionaries in China. It seems he got into a discussion with a Chinese farmer one day, and the farmer insisted that Americans were uncivilized because of the way they killed chickens. The farmer told the missioner this: in China, we get the chicken intoxicated on rice wine before chopping off its head. This relaxes the victim, making the meat much more tender when cooked. Says in America, the chicken is chased around the yard by a man with a cleaver. How can a chicken relax with a barbarian running after him to cut off its head? Thank you, Father Nevers. That was very nice. Well, let's be back here in a reprise, and you folks are going to vote for them. And tell me which one you want to be the winner tonight. We'll bring them out in the order in which they appeared. And we'll read your score off here. You ready? The first was the soprano Joanne O'Connell. Next, the baritone, Kenneth Smith.
If I loved you, time and again I would try to say,
Then the flutist, Ruth Freeman. And the quartet, the Coleman Brothers.
well, just fit that around Jericho, 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 just fit that around Jericho, and the box of
Well, you have made your choice. The audience reaction indicator shows the winner to be the baritone, Kenneth Smith. Show in the morning, huh? We gotta go. It's getting late. Congratulations to you, and thanks ever so much.
The Columbia Broadcasting System.
Hi, everyone. This is Bob Camarillo, your host at Boxcar 711 Old Time Radio. Just want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for helping to make this podcast as popular as it is, and to invite you to visit my homepage at boxcars711.podomatic.com or boxcars711.libsyn.com. That's LIBSYN. And please, while you're there, look for the square icon on the right side of the page that says Vote for Boxcar 711 at Podcast Alley. Click on that link. It only takes a second to vote for yours truly, and that would sure help to keep these programs coming to you. Thanks again, and I hope you continue to listen.
Ever find yourself in a time crunch? Maybe you forgot your favorite snacks for your movie night, or need a last-minute gift for a party. Don't worry, Prime Air has you covered. Prime Air is Amazon's ultra-fast drone delivery service, now available to eligible customers in San Antonio. Tens of thousands of items are now eligible for ultra-fast drone delivery. Everyday essentials like batteries, headphones, over-the-counter medicines, last-minute travel needs, those tempting snacks you're craving, and so much more can be delivered ASAP. When shopping, add eligible items to your cart. At the checkout, select Drone Delivery. Prime Air will take care of the rest. No need to rush to the store. Prime Air brings convenience where you need it, when you need it. Visit Amazon.com/shop ultra fast to place your first order and start enjoying the benefits of ultra fast drone delivery.